It's art imitating life. What if I told you it's all a game? What if I told you the rules to the game were already laid out? What if I told you the rules were so simple? Don't kill, don't commit adultery, don't do this, don't do that. And what if I told you that every 100 years, new people come into the game and they play it how they play it, they modify the rules. But the overarching goal of the game, unlike Monopoly, everybody don't get the same resources, is to get some resources. Then, no matter where you are with your resources, because you have to play the game of life. You got to make your resources double, triple, quadruple. But the game is not to build your resources and keep them to yourself. The game is to build community, build the nation, build the world, improve the world, show love, teach people about the Lord, the Most High. Walk how the Lord walked, walk how Yahshua walked. That's the name of the game. And at the end, the judges will be judged and they'll be looked at. And based on how they played the game, that's how their next life will be in eternity. Sound familiar? Art imitating life. It's a game within a game. Charleston White, low on the totem pole. Started out good. Diddy, high on the totem pole. Don't know how he started out, but we're going to figure it out. YSL Woody, NBA Youngboy. I mean, you name them. Lil Durk. I said I wasn't going to talk about Durk. Lil Durk. Art imitating life. So we knew that he comes from Old Block. We know he comes from the hood. So we're going to assume, based on his rap songs, he used to sleep in the same room as his uncle. His uncle was addicted. He had a habit he couldn't quit. And he lived, it was a whole bunch of them living in the house. And then he was blessed with a way to make his music and make it go. Art imitating life. But during the process of gaining fame and success, you know, gathering your resources, improving your circumstances, helping out your mama, helping out your granny, helping out your dad, you forget that the resources come from the source. And you started thinking that you are the source. And your pleasures are the source. This has nothing to do with black entertainers. This is how the world has been since the beginning of time. Think about Herod. Think about biblical people. Think about the great Roman Empire, the Greek Empire. Think about Great Britain before it was Great Britain, when it was England. Think about the Scandinavians, the Danish, the Swedes, the Finnish, how they would come and pillage and take something. We all started with a certain amount of resources. We were scattered about different parts of the world. But every time, no matter what 100-year series this is, no matter what century, no matter what decade, when somebody reaches that peak, that point that they believe that they should be at, 1% begins to control everything. And within that control becomes their perversions. And those perversions are sinister. They're sexual. Many times often they're homosexual. They're murderous. Because these are things that you can never get enough of. A 2-3 day freak off. Man, listen here. I can have a 5-minute. You know what I mean? Because most guys, and it's just me, guys, and y'all tell me, there's a switch on you. That when you complete your journey with your lady, you cool. Even your body tell you, you cool. Okay, cool. Good. Now don't touch me right there, that tingle. You know what I mean? Most people. There was a notification that you're given, like, okay, this is up for right now. Now, you go wait 5-10 minutes, whatever. Maybe you can reactivate. But 2-3 days, man. Somebody told me, man, that's not pleasure. That's a ritual. That's a ceremony. Just think about that. It's almost like you're being forced to at that point. And to those people that were involved in it, and this all on Diddy, they did feel coerced and forced. And tapes, if you tell anybody, you'll never sing again in this town. You'll never act again in this town. You know what I mean? But they didn't do that on their own. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, right? But spiritual wickedness in high places, powers and principalities. You understand what I'm saying? Spiritual wickedness in high places. Because what is a high place? Well, these high places start to happen when somebody's been gathering up all the resources. And then putting caps on resources. Oh, no, we don't need that to go over there. Let's charge for that. Let's tax for that. It's the same thing. Remember laissez-faire? You remember the Boston Tea Party? It's the same thing. So whether it's through government, whether it's through a service, whether it's through a subscription model, the 1% always take over everything. And they squeeze everybody else. And then their own perversions is what gets them. Y'all remember this? Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. That means, man, if I want to be treated fine, I'm going to treat somebody fine. I want to be treated well, I'm going to treat somebody well. I want to be treated good, I'm going to treat somebody good. I want to be treated bad, I'm going to treat somebody bad. That's before they start coming up with karma and all this kind of stuff, but that was in the scriptures. We call it the law of reciprocity. Do unto others as you have them doing to you. But y'all not doing that, Durk. We doing unto others as they do to you. Your partner got unalive, excused. You are using your resources that you were blessed with. Because it says all blessings come from God. And you cursing somebody with them. You didn't give life, you can't take it away. Now, we've all been in those circumstances, so I'm not going to sit here and say, man, I'm perfect and I ain't never. All I'm going to say is, sometimes situations are the crime that we face in our lives. And we're blessed with how we react or how we train ourselves to react. Because sometimes we lose. We go mad, we go red, we get black, whatever you want to call it. So I'm not blaming them because, oh man, these celebrities, let me point out their evils. Man, people do it before they become celebrities. Charleston White is the voice crying in the wilderness. And the boy telling the truth. He even telling you, man, I haven't talked to God in a year. Because I got mad at God. He said, I got mad at him. I haven't talked to him in a year. But I started out, my heart was pure. He said, I've been praying to not care about people no more. You know how many times I done heard that? I mean, he was a good-hearted person. He prayed the Lord hard in his heart. But there's still a boldness about him, and that's why the Lord used him. The boy say he speak his mind. Look, we too politically correct to speak our mind. We ain't gonna say nothing to nobody. Gonna hurt somebody's feelings. They gonna piss us off. Man, somebody gonna put something in the comments. God need people like that, especially in this time. Whenever you can't say nothing. Listen, I can't do nothing right on TikTok without getting violated for the community guidelines. I can say on a live, I can say all the stuff. I can't tell a regular story of what this, it's like if I wrote a book and I said, then this happened, that would happen. Like my father. Y'all know he got wet up, right? Y'all know. I can't even say it. So if I was the author, how could I tell the story? If I was the movie person, how could I show you that it happened? How can I act it out? I can't. They are, and with the community guidelines, they're really trying to be a puppeteer. They're trying to tell me what I can and can't say and when I can and can't say it. I'd imagine soon they're going to take the community guidelines and can't say God. Well, God means deity, right? So you can put about 1,000 people in the room. All of them say God. And this person can be talking about Hinduism. This person can be. When I start talking about the Most High, that means the Most High God. Does that make sense? And then if I want to get clear, want to name my Lord, I will. But that name is for certain folks. So I'm going to talk about these people real quick. Lil Woody, he seemed like a good-hearted dude, man. Throw dude. I know cats like that. I grew up with cats like that. And when I say throw, a dude that typically don't think and just react. Some of us call it a crash dummy. But a real crash dummy. You got crash dummies in the hood that they just talk. I do this to him, man, when I catch him slipping. You got something to give you that look, he gonna move. You know he gonna move. Like if you ever encounter a man like this, you just know, man, there's something in this man's heart and his head that they ain't gonna be able to reason. This is the kind of man, if any man, that I'm gonna have to lay him down. I'm gonna have to excuse him. Because I'm not gonna say like Charleston, he can't comprehend. I'm gonna say like, but once he goes there, everything is blocked off. You see how he handled that dude at that, what's his name? When he grabbed him for playing with him? No, he for sure. But Charleston, they need to work that out. Charleston, you the big brother. This ain't about more dollars and cents. A person asked me that day, what is your legacy gonna be? What legacy, man? I gotta accomplish my job first. I'm here to help somebody. I'm here to inspire some people. I'm here to show some people the love of God. I'm here to make some people stand up. I'm here to make others say, no, what I see in the mirror, when I look at the mirror, I don't like it. I'm going to change. I'm here to offend some people so that they modify or so they question themselves. That's what we are. We're different things to different folks. I'm not give it to everybody. But when I get my resource, I give. But if you ever seen the movie, the series Supercell, I know my people. I know his people. And those are the ones I give the game to. Those are the ones that when those blessings come through, I allow it to go through. It's not about, he black, that's my partner, we like seeds. It has nothing to do with that. It's about character, competence, and spirituality. Now, if I give them the blessing and they don't let the blessing flow through them, that's on them. That ain't on me. That's going to affect, I ain't even talking about their legacy. I'm talking about that's going to affect their family. When we talk about generational blessings and generational curses, I'm not talking about no wealth. Set your family up, but all of that doesn't have to be financial. It needs to be spiritual as well. Because ain't that the cornerstone of the foundation? So Lil Durk, partner, got hit. We knew that he was out here unaliving boys, excusing boys right and left. I heard some of his songs. His songs make you feel a different way on the inside. King Von. You should have let that one go, man. Sometimes it's the law of reciprocity. In other words, he been out here sliding. Eventually somebody gonna slide on him. That's how the Lord works. That's how life works. You know what I mean? You can't avenge something when you know this person been out there doing it. I got partners like that, man. It's certain folks you will think about those things for. You be like, I know you say revenge is yours, Lord, but I got to go do this. And normally, who is it? It's the good dudes. I ain't talking about like, he going to go slide on somebody and then give something to the hood. And then, you know what I mean? Because I had them too. What you call the Robin Hoods, but they was ruining some people's lives. I'm talking about the good dude ain't never hurt nobody, ain't done nobody nothing. And somebody come do him something. Those are the ones you be like, nah, I'm going to ride for him. You heard me? And we're going to get that payback on that one. And I'm not saying you should do that. But my point is I understand that. So now he's in a quandary. Diddy's in a quandary because he made it so far. Listen, one girl wasn't enough no more. The prettiest girl wasn't enough. He started sniffing around and said, I think I like booty. Then he got Stevie J with him. You know, you done already seen him on Love and Hip Hop. That girl, that Puerto Rican princess exposing Stevie, she exposed him way back in the day. Stevie be on the thing looking at buttholes. Yeah. Go back. I ain't looked at it in years because it got too different for me. You understand? But yeah, when they broke up, she said, man, he just be on the internet looking at just buttholes. I don't know what that is, man, but that's a perversion. So they knew what they was dealing with. NBA YoungBoy just couldn't get enough of that dope, man. Just couldn't get enough of that good activist. You know what I mean? Just couldn't get enough of that good tech. Your life is in the pendulum, right? It's in the balance. They let you sit at home. You say, man, I'd rather be sitting praying with about 30 dudes that I got to squabble with and shank. Serve out my time. I get to walk outside. I got to ride these horses. Just stay away from fellas. It didn't say you couldn't access other people. You chose the kind of people you want to be around and want to play them games. Because you want to prove you're a G. You got the resource, but you forgot about the source. And the one thing that all of these guys get is they start hoarding. Where's your love, man? They start hoarding. I got the resources. Me. I'm going to put a cap on it. It ain't going nowhere. And guess what? It ends up biting you. When you become a boss, let the people do their jobs. What are they supposed to be doing? Did you vet them out good? Where's their character and competence? Where do they stand? Those are the things you got to figure out. And when you figure those things out, maybe when you get to the end of the game, you'll hear, well done, thy good and faithful servant. It's a game within a game. I have to do this one on YouTube because you're allowed longer content. It's a game within the game. The rules were already set. They're in the scriptures. You even have some use case scenarios in the scriptures. Meaning, for those that don't understand tech language, you already have some books of the scriptures that say, when this person did this, this is what happened. You have a whole story about Sodom and Gomorrah. Yeah, and I'll get into that another day. You have a whole story about it. They got so freak offish. They was trying to take the angel. You go read about it. The Lord destroyed that temple. But all I'm saying is, and we fight for those rights. Let me move on before they make this yellow. My point is this. If you are to get some money, Big X the plug, you the man right now. You got a #1 hit. You #5 on the charts. It ain't just about no Illuminati. That's a man-made name. It's about good versus evil. What you gonna do? Absolute power corrupts absolute. Because when you tell me, Patches, you the best in the world. Patches, even when you pass gas, it smell good. Man, your fart smell like roses. Patches, even when you stutter, just how you said your stutter, man, it was the best stutter. Man, Patches, when you walk, it's so cool, man. Patches, when you look at in other words, at my worst, y'all saying I'm my best. I start thinking, I am the deity. I am God. I start thinking that. And I forget about my source. And now I'm trying to hold mine together. But yours is only here for, what's the average age of a man? I'm going to say black man. What's the average age right now? 72 years old, right? So I'm going to keep mine for 72 years. 72 years? Look. I'm going to tell you when you think you're a deity. Guess what this person did? I'm going to call their names out. Y'all get mad at me. Pets are a comfort to humans. If they were not a comfort to humans, then they'd just be roaming around with the wild, and they'd be dealing with the people, the coyotes and the bobcats and whatever y'all have in your wild, right? They're friends. The scriptures even talk about them being friends. Or being around, rather. You know what I mean? They were around. They could be helpful to you, right? And y'all can accompany each other. But when I hear a super celebrity think they're a deity and say, oh, when I pass, when my life ends, I got my 3 billion are going to my dog. Who? Your dog whose average life is what? 12 years? In other words, you're saying I will shit and piss on humanity. I don't care that there's people in the ghetto. Oh yeah, I donated some money to Africa, but I'm saying with the most of my money, most of my earnings, is going to a dog that's gonna be dead. It's like how Kodak took 100,000 through an ocean. That was pointless. The resource is not yours. You have to be a good steward. Have you ever heard to whom much is given, much is required? That's why I'm saying, yeah, I'm vetting it out. I'm vetting folks out. I'm not just giving it to anybody. This ain't no PPP loan. I'm gonna make sure you straight and you're gonna help build a kingdom. I'm gonna make sure your heart right. I'm gonna make sure you ain't playing with kids and all that old mess there. You understand what I'm saying? But when they think they the source, that's when all the corruption follows them. And every time, just like the daddy said on Boys in the Hood, what Larry Fishburne, and we'll see how they end up. Yeah, you just watch and see. I can pick them out and tell you, oh yeah, he ain't gonna make it. Yeah, he gonna, man, look at him. Oh, look at Bugatti. Oh, look at him, he gonna make it. Because soon as you change completely, you out of there, bro. For the love of money. Remember the Bone Thugs? Gotta get that money, man, money. For the love of money. For the love of money. See, money is not the root of all evil. People go on these podcasts, say whatever they say. They don't know what they're talking about, but people don't read, so they'll never know. It said the love of money is the root of all evil. So when you start loving it, because why do you need $1 billion? Why do you need 2? Why do you need 3, 4, 5? And yeah, you can walk in our, what's his name, Elon. And yeah, you can come around here, Bill Gates. And yeah, you can walk in here, Buffett or Oprah, and I can just keep it to Jay-Z, whatever. You can't be, this is what the scripture says, freely was given unto you, freely give. I'm talking about the word of God. Why people charging for it? Why people got stoves inside the church? Didn't Yahshua come and turn over the table to those money changers? Man, when they start saying you could, freely it was given to you, I gave you my word, the word of God, to help somebody, and you selling it and talking about it's your book. Anyway, y'all chew on what I'm saying. At the end of the race, you want to be told, you did good, my good and faithful servant. But if your game ends or restarts, the restart button on your video game because you had to go to the penitentiary after you got your blessing, you got to get whacked in the middle of the street after you got your blessing. It's because you became your source. And I can tell how the lyrics change. The lyrics start off so well, I want to help the world, I want to give my mama a house. Then later it's like demonic. I'm on demon time. I rebuke that. But man, listen, y'all wanted to hear from me. I'm the only one that ain't said nothing about Durky-o, Smirky-o. Because I'm not racing to give y'all the news. You let say no to Scolding them can do that. Y'all can let urban politicians them do that. They can be up all night. I'm up grinding. But when I'm going to give it to you, I'm going to give it to you the right way. You have a roadmap of life in the scriptures. You have use cases. You have a map of people that have done it right and people that have done it wrong. You can reinvent, remodify the language. You can make cisgender, this, that, and the other. But it's still this or that. And then either you're going to do it how it was written, or the end of your game is going to say you lose. The end of somebody else's game is going to say winner, winner, chicken dinner. Which one you choose?